Dallas Mavericks superstar Luka Doncic has quickly become one of the top players in the whole league. In just 2 seasons, he has earned the respect of coaches, executives, as well as fellow players in the NBA with his unparalleled rise. And while many fans expected to see Luka thrive after making his transition from European basketball to the NBA, it's fair to say nobody could have expected him to be as good as he already is this soon. This past season, Doncic averaged 28.8 points, 9.4 rebounds, and 8.8 assists. He followed it up with an extraordinary playoff debut against the LA Clippers in the 2020 postseason, where he averaged 31 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 8.7 assists, and his game has players from around the league talking. Today, we will take a look at what NBA players are actually saying about Luka Doncic. But before we do, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. James Harden. Many people have compared Doncic's game to 2018 League MVP James Harden's. And while there are some similarities between their play style, perhaps the reason Luka draws so many comparisons to Harden is because both of them possess one of the most lethal weapons in the game today, the step-back three. Both Doncic and Harden have unquestionably the 2 best step-back jumpers in the league, and they continue revolutionizing the way basketball is played with their superb skill set. After a 94-93 Rockets win against the Mavericks in March 2019, Harden was asked if he thought Doncic was developing his same play style. Harden answered, "Yeah, he's great. Not only does he have the ability to score the basketball, he's a great passer as well. He uses his body very well, rebounds the ball. He does a lot of things that impact the game. And with this only being his first year, he's got a long way to go. But he's definitely a great star." That's quite a compliment coming from a guy who at that time was the reigning MVP. Almost a year later, right before the 2020 All-Star Weekend, Harden called Doncic unbelievable. I'm sure he's 19, starting as a West All-Star for his first time, and many more to come for him. We'll be seeing a lot of him for a long time. Luka was actually 20 at that time, but Harden has a point. If Doncic is putting up these numbers at 20, we can't imagine what his stat line will look like in 5 to 10 seasons. Kevin Durant. Durant is another player many could say Doncic shares some similarities with, especially when it comes to their offensive games. They are both very hard to game plan for, as neither KD nor Luka have any holes in their offensive games. The difference is one is a 2-time NBA champion and Finals MVP, as well as a former regular season MVP, while the other is a 21-year-old young blood. And despite being on the sidelines for the entirety of the 2019-20 regular season, Kevin Durant got a chance to experience Luka magic firsthand when he was still a part of the Golden State Warriors. After Doncic led his Mavericks to their first win over the Warriors in more than 3 years, Durant was asked about Luka. KD answered, "I like him a lot. He's polished. He's skilled. You can tell he played professional basketball already, and they've got a great guy in him to lead the franchise into the future." Durant doubled down on his Doncic praise later in the offseason when he said, "You don't see guys at that age learn the pick and roll, manipulate the game the way he does. He could control the full game, and at that age, that's rare. So I'm expecting huge things from him going forward, and a superstar career going forward." Doncic didn't take long to deliver on KD's word as he sent shockwaves through social media with his buzzer-beating step-back 3 over Clippers guard Reggie Jackson in Game 4 of their 2020 NBA playoffs first-round matchup. A shot that tied the series at 2 apiece and left Kawhi and company shaking their heads. KD appeared on the podcast of his agent Rick Kleiman and again commented on Luka after that big shot. "I think he's built to be a star for sure. I think he understands who he is, how he wants to play, and what the future holds for him. He transcends a lot of things because at that age, to be that smart and to be that polished, it's just rare." Durant would then put things much more simply. As his agent was saying, "So the bottom line is, Luka Doncic to me is a huge problem." Durant interrupted, and that's exactly what he is. Stephen Curry. Durant was not the only Warrior with good things to say about Doncic after the Mavericks beat them for the first time in 3 years. Stephen Curry, another player that Luka has drawn comparisons to, also gave his thoughts. Steph said, "He's unbelievable. You can tell he's just experienced in terms of playing high-level basketball, a guy that's always at his own pace. I'm sure he had heard all the doubters and people talking about his game who really didn't know much about him, and he's made himself known for sure. It's fun to watch in terms of the future of the league. Luka's ability to hit some ridiculously tough shots is the reason why he gets compared to Curry, but Doncic himself has acknowledged Curry is the much better player and shooter. Luka has had a new level of respect for Curry since their private workout shortly after he was drafted, and Doncic was marveled at how Steph did not miss shots. Curry was also another one of the guys who chimed into Doncic's game winner convo. He said via Twitter, "Sheesh, Luka, that's ridiculous. Blouses." Considering how crazy of a shot that was, and the fact that it tied their series with the Clippers, Steph thought that was a good enough gift from Doncic to his brother Seth Curry, who is teammates with Luka in Dallas. Happy 30th B-Day gift right there, Seth. LeBron James. Luka Doncic has gone on record saying LeBron James is his idol since the beginning. Luka was only 4 years old when James first entered the league, and for him to be facing James still at the top of his game over 15 years later is an absolute treat for us fans, as well as an honor for Doncic. After Luka's first game against LeBron on Halloween 2018, Doncic waited outside of the Lakers' locker room, as LeBron granted him a lifetime dream by sending him his game jersey signed. Luka must have felt humbled by the gesture, but you can rest assured he was even more humbled after hearing what LeBron had to say about him earlier this season. After beating the Mavericks in overtime in an early November 2019 matchup, James says, "Luka's a great young talent. I love his game, his ability to not only create shots for himself, but you guys know I love the fact that he can get great looks for his teammates. That's what I thrive on. That's what I've always believed in, and he just plays the game the right way." Does that sound familiar? Doncic is the latest young point forward to come into the league, and in his own words, they are all modeled after LeBron. James blazed the trail for the likes of Ben Simmons, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and now Doncic. Game recognizes game, and LeBron absolutely loves to see Luka using his gifted abilities to set up everybody else for success, just like the king himself likes to do it. Shortly after their overtime thriller, Doncic became the second youngest player to ever post a 40-point triple-double, only behind James, lighting the San Antonio Spurs to the tune of 42 points, 12 assists, and 11 rebounds. After the game, LeBron took to Instagram and reposted a picture of him with Luka, adding, "He's one bad mofo." Few players get to earn the Kings' respect so early in their careers, and Luka can proudly say he's one of them. Which other NBA players have praised Luka? How impressed have you been by Doncic thus far? Do you think he's a future league MVP? Tell us what you think in the comments down below, and once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching another Swish Central video, and join us next time for more NBA basketball content.